Good morning. Well, yeah, it's still morning, barely. All right, so I think the universe is trying to tell me something. So if anybody knows what this little rolled up piece of paper is, you probably already know if you've ever been in an accident. I'm learning very well what them little rolled up pieces of paper are. So, what was it, last week? I had a guy with me parked, had a guy just run right into my truck. I think I put the video, yeah, I put the video up. So I had a guy run into my truck. Well, this morning, I'm sitting at a traffic light, and the light's blinking, you know. So I'm sitting in the turning lane, and the lady who was supposed to be going straight or turning left, she decided, well, I'm not going to wait for this blinking light. So she backs up and rams into my trailer. So now I have two trailers with busted lights and busted back corners. I think the universe is trying to tell me something. So, but this was, my second trailer was the one that had the rotted wood in it where I almost fell through. So a funny little story about that trailer is, it's been a while, but that trailer was actually stolen from my front yard. And I had some metal like all the way in the back of it. And so the guy came up and hooked it up to his truck and took off and went up to one of the main roads. And so he was going across the road and he never hooked it, so it came up because of all the weight in the back, and it came loose and then speared another car that was sitting there, like it jabbed into the door. So, and dented up the front of the trailer. Come on now, people. I'm getting leery. In fact, last night I also watched the crash compilation video, which I probably shouldn't have done. But anyways, so yeah, that trailer has been through a lot because you know, it was stolen, wrecked. Then I got it, and I had to pay I think it was like $90 to get it in and out of inbound. And of course, the first thing the cops do is blame me for the accident. And I'm like, the trailer was stolen. He's like, likely story. Where's your truck at? I was like, I don't have a truck. I have a van. I mean, I haven't owned a pickup since the 90s. So, but it is, you know, that trailer's been through a lot. But yeah, this morning I was like, you know, because they screwed up the intersection here. So the way I normally go, I can't go. And there's a cheat to get around it, but you really can't do it with the trailer. So it's kind of one of them things that, you know, you're kind of forced to come out a certain way out of the neighborhood because that's the only way to get out of it at a light. And then, of course, the light was flashing, so it was down. So, but yeah, and then, I tried getting it on video. God, I tried getting it, but it was one of them Karen ladies. Everything's, you know, it's the light's fault. It's my fault for being behind her. It's this and F this and F that and everything else. And I was like, this is the Karen. This I did not know. And I wanted to record it so bad, but I just, like, she would go on and on and on, and then she'd be quiet, and I'd be, you know, like, I'd have to hurry up and get the camera to try to recording it. And but yeah, it would just, you know, to me it was funny. I mean, it's like, you know, it's an inconvenience, it's aggravating, yes, but, you know, at this point, you know, it's like, what the hell? You know, what is the world trying to tell me that I'm not understanding? You know, why is these little nuisances? Could have been other stuff too, you know. But with her acting so chaotic, it was kind of one of them things that, like, you know, it didn't even feel like it was a serious thing because I was inside laughing so hard because, you know, Karens to me are funny, you know. And if you know, the Karen is not a name; it's a type of personality that has been growing in the American society to a point where someone's given it the name of Karen. I don't know how it happened, and nothing against any women named Karen, but it just is something that's a very entitled woman. So, and now here's the best part. Okay, this is the funniest thing of them all. So I give them my, you know, the license, registration, and everything else. And by the way, she didn't have a registration. I don't think she had insurance, and her license wasn't correct. So I'm like, oh boy, this is going to get interesting. So anyways, she starts saying, and hands him the license and everything. He's like, "Is this the correct address?" She's like, "No, I don't live there anymore." She said, where do you live?" She says the address, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's my road," and that number is really close to my house. And it turns out that she got evicted or something out of where she was, and this is the guy who lives across the street from me's sister. So, like, I mean, you couldn't be any closer unless you're living in the same damn house. This is like right across the street. Hi, how you doing? And this is our first meeting because she just moved in. But I talked to the brother, which I've talked to the brother for years. In fact, I'm supposed to be doing some work for him later on after it cools off a little bit. But him and his dad's lived there for a year. He's been there for years, and we've always talked, and we both of us have run our own businesses, so we're very busy. So we've talked maybe 10 times in 10 years. And then I went over after the accident. I said, hey, she was at fault. She got ticketed, everything else, and just so you know, she's yelling and cussing and telling me to get the F out of here and F off and F this and F that and all the F's. So I went and talked. I said, hey, man, I said, I understand she's upset. I understand she got a lot going on in her life and everything else. It's like, the only thing I ask is she can yell from this yard all she wants. Just don't bring nothing into my yard. That's all I ask. He's like, don't worry, she's not going to be coming in your yard. But that's my only thing. Out in the real world, I don't care what happens to me. But if you bring it to my door, if you bring it on my little 0000, and yes, that's a reference to Big Bang Theory. That's my spot. Nobody messes with my spot. So, but yeah, it's as usual, just the average everyday, situation for me. Just people like being in my life so much that they force their ways into my life. Anyways, I'm running to go get some money, and then I'm gonna, oh shit, you know what? I don't even have money to get food right now because I forgot to grab my money from the shop. Oh shit. I ain't got no credit card. I got some change. They ain't gonna be enough to get me food. So yeah, I'm gonna run over here, doing a window job tomorrow. I think it's like 3-4 windows. It's not it'd be in and out real quick. So they're gonna do that, and then yeah. And I guess I need to hook up to the trailer again and try it this afternoon on getting all this stuff unloaded out of that trailer. But yeah, it's just been one after another little things that, and again, I don't care. It's not, it don't faze me, but just little tiny inconsistencies that, that slow you down, that, that stop your forward momentum. But the main thing is, there's no reason to get mad. There's no reason to get upset, because it's life. And you can't be scared of life. So. But anyways, that's my day so far. You never know what will happen next. Peace, love, money. I'm out.